Hey, there he is, my main man Pooch, the one and only. How are you doing today, bud? Happy New Year's. Any big plans for New Year's Eve? So today, I got a super cool and super smooth treat for you guys and gals. So excited. Check this out. I'll tell you what. This thing is huge. Look at this bad boy. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe how big the box is. So, I just got it in the mail about 40 minutes ago and I flipped out. I was so excited, so happy because I worked so hard to get this, and I'll be honest, I caved. I purchased my Xbox Series X the proper way. I went into the store consistently. I finally found one and I bought it. I did it the right way. I didn't buy it from a scalper. I did not purchase my Series X from a scalper. But I kept going to Walmart. I kept going to Target. I kept going to Best Buy. You name it, I went there. I would go online to every single store daily trying to find a PlayStation 5, and unfortunately I just didn't get my hands on one. And I remember this one time. So right around Black Friday, I actually almost got a PS5 online. I was on the Best Buy website. I got the PS5 in my cart. I was putting in my credit card information. I clicked confirm. I put in my shipping address. I clicked confirm. It said confirmation. I thought I had it. 30 minutes later, I get an email saying they had to cancel my order because I guess it all has to do with who ordered it first online. I'm not sure how it works exactly with the system, but after the last one is sold, cancellation notifications are sent to everyone else. And I actually have a few friends that got the same notification. So we were all really bummed. And that was the closest I got to getting a PS5. So after all these months of going to so many stores, hundreds of times every morning at 5 in the morning, I decided, you know what? No more. I can't take it. I ended up purchasing from a scalper. I bought my PS5 for 800 bucks. I had to do it. I had to do it. So this puppy right here is 800 smackaroonies. But you know what? I am so happy because I got the Series X this year and I got the PS5 both before New Year's. I unboxed the Series X for you guys and gals on Christmas Eve. You can head on over to my YouTube channel to check that out. And New Year's, I'm unboxing the PS5. It's huge. That's the first thing I noticed when I ripped open the cardboard box. I actually couldn't believe how big this box is. I mean, seriously, this thing is huge. Huge. And I gotta say, it's much heavier than the Xbox Series X. And from what I read online and all the reviews and videos that I've seen online, the PlayStation 5 is much bigger than the Series X. So I'm really excited to rip this open and finally check out my PS5, baby. Honestly, couldn't be more excited. Sorry about that. I was adjusting the volume. Apologies. Could be more excited. Finally got it in the mail. I was really sketchy, to be honest, because I purchased this on eBay from someone, and I didn't know if this was a legitimate source. I didn't know if this was a good option or not, but I wanted it so bad. I was like, you know what? I'm going for it. And I got it in the mail after only 4 days. So, hey, Pooch says, looking into getting rid of the Stang? What is the Stang? Oh, the Mustang, the Mustang. You're getting rid of your Mustang? You know what's funny, dude? About 4 years ago when you told me you're getting a Mustang, what did I tell you? I said, don't get it. Don't get it. You're going to have issues galore, and you're going to end up getting rid of it sooner than you expect. I told you. I'm telling you, man, Fords. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me, but every single Ford I've ever owned had a substantial amount of issues. Every one. And I actually did own one Mustang, and I couldn't stand it. It was terrible. There was always malfunctions and issues. I've never owned a car with so many problems. I would have to say the two best you know what? I don't want to say that. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to say it. The two best makes, in my opinion, American-made GMC will never let you down, and Chevrolet. Those are built to last. I've owned so many different cars over the years, and I can honestly say Chevys and GMC trucks are so reliable. They will never let you down. Nice. Glad to hear you're hanging out with your girl and her family. That's awesome. Happy New Year's to you, my friends. That's so cool. Man, I'm just really excited. I'm so stoked to rip this open. And I did purchase the digital edition. Unfortunately, there were no disc versions. Now, to be clear, the digital edition and the actual disc version are the exact same thing. No difference. No difference whatsoever. Same specs, same performance, same size, maybe just a little bit smaller because it doesn't have the disc tray. Everything is the same. It's not like with the Xbox, how they have the Series X and the Series S. The Series S isn't quite as powerful as the Series X. In fact, the Series X is much more powerful. Well, not in this case. In fact, I really like that about what Sony did with the PS5. The only difference with the digital is you can't play games with discs. So if you're the kind of person that likes to go out and purchase physical copies of games and play them, this unfortunately isn't the best option because you can't do that. So I don't do that typically. I usually go online and purchase all my games. I don't like to have plastic wasted all around my house, and I don't like to have an excess amount of cases and all that crap. Unless it's like vintage gaming stuff, like if I have an old console and I want to get the original cartridges or something like that, the collectibles, that's different. But these days you don't need any of that. Everything is digital and you can download it so fast if you have really good internet. So, and that's what I pretty much did on my PS4. I have two removable hard drives, two 1 terabyte removable hard drives that are full of games. Unfortunately, I can't utilize them on this because you have to have a specific storage device that you attach to this. So I'm gonna have to purchase that separately, and the same applies to my Series X. So let me move this webcam over a little bit and we'll get started on the unboxing. I'm gonna move this over so you guys get a better view, and I think I'll adjust it down a little bit. Yes, much better. So here we have it, the massive PlayStation 5. Yeah. Whoa, we got it, baby. So excited. And once again, just like the Series X is 8K. I don't know about that. You know what the crazy thing is too? I purchased so many digital games on my PS4 that I didn't play because I had started moving around the country and exploring this year. And I have all these games that I want to play so bad. And I'm so happy that I didn't actually play them because they are PS4 Pro enhanced and run far better on the PS5, such as The Last of Us Part 2. I'm really happy I didn't end up playing that on the base PS4 because now I'm going to experience the best version of that and a bunch of other games as well. I'm ready to open this up. I can't even wait anymore. I need to open this ASAP. You dig? All right. So here we go. Let's crack her open. What do you say? And after the stream, I plan on playing Monster Hunter, one of my new go-to games that I've been seriously addicted to. I can't believe I'm cracking this open. I feel so privileged and humbled right now. You know what I'm saying? To have the Series X and the PS5. So many people are just trying so hard to get their hands on one of these. And, I tried just as hard, if not harder. How many of you guys and gals got your butt up at 0500 and went to different stores every morning just to get a video game console? It has been a journey, a battle, an adventure trying to get a PS5. And even when I was traveling across the country, back from New York, as I traveled from New York to Washington State, I was stopping at different Walmarts and Targets all across the country, hoping to find at least one, and I didn't. So, yeah, I'm really happy. I think all that hard work paid off. Granted, I had to go on. I caved. I spent $800 on this. You know what, dude? I don't even care. It was so worth it. I can't wait to just sit around and play this bad boy. Oh, and a quick update regarding the Series X. It's incredible. It's honestly, it feels next gen. It's unbelievably powerful. That of a PC. It's the equivalent to the RTX 2800. I mean, it's a powerhouse. It really is. I'm sorry, did I just say 2800? I meant 2080. So it's a powerhouse. It really is. And I'm really excited to see how this stacks up. Apparently they both have similar specs, but from what I'm reading online, certain games have been performing a bit better on this, which is interesting. It's very interesting because according to the specs, according to the paper, Series X is a bit more powerful. So, man, they really boxed this up. Holy crap. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. So I thought that the Series X and the PS5 are equivalent to basically an RTX 2060. That's what I was assuming. But to discover that it's the equivalent to a 2080 Ti, I mean, that's insane. That's powerful. That's a powerhouse, man, for that little device, and you're only paying $499. So, well, for me, I didn't. I paid $800, but but for most people who end up, paying the actual amount, that's a steal. If you purchase a PC that's just as powerful, it can play games just as good as a PS5 or a Series X, you probably have to spend $1,200 plus bucks on a tower. We're not talking the monitor, all the accessories and all that stuff. So you're getting a really good deal for what you can play. So we got this box right here. I'm not really sure what's in this. We will find out. Oh my god, and I'm so excited to compare controllers because I read so many positive things about the new DualSense controller. The new DualSense controller for the PS5 is supposed to be so cutting edge, especially when you're actually utilizing it. The haptic feedback with the triggers. Oh, it sounds so cool. Oof. I gotta say, unboxing the Series X was a bit more extravagance. They had it packaged so well. I couldn't believe how Microsoft packaged it. When you opened it, it was like a trophy, just a treasure. This is a bit more simple, a bit more rugged. Just a lot of protection though, which I really appreciate. And the same thing applied to the Series X. There was a lot of protection. They want to protect these bad boys. And that's what matters, right? Holy crap. It's like a birthday cake. It's huge. So let me just give you a look. There it is. It's in there. You see that puppy? Oh, there it is in there. Oh my god. So let me rip it out real quick. Because it's too big to do holding up like that. Man, this thing is freaking huge. It's actually like legitimately heavy. This is heavier than the Xbox Series X. I did not think that was gonna happen. My god. It's like a big birthday cake. So I'm gonna try to do this all on camera for you, just like I did with the Series X. See how good they package it? Like, look at that. They really packaged that. Serious protection, man. And I was a little worried though, because when I got the box, I took it out of the cardboard box and I shook it a little bit. And I kind of heard things moving around inside, and thank God it was just paperwork and these things right here kind of making the noise. So it was just protecting the PS5 ultimately. So, oh my goodness. So just bear with me for just a moment as I move these for you. All right, ready? Check this out. Yeah. Oh boy, I'm gonna unpackage it. You know what? I don't know. I'm thinking. I think the Series X might be a little heavier actually. This is bigger, but the Series X is a little heavier. I know that sounds crazy. The Series X is a heavy little device. That little rectangular object is packed and stacked. This is definitely bigger though. I mean, look at this in comparison to my giant head. And I have a huge head. I'm 6'5", 220 pounds, like a bucking bronco. Check this out. This is big, man. I also have very long arms, so in comparison to my arms, look at this. Look at this. That's freaking madness. And I have very long arms. This is huge. Oh, man. That new smell, that video game smell. Ah, the same thing. I said the same thing about the Series X. Every new gaming console, when you crack it open, never forget to sniff. Don't ever forget a Schneisenhauer. That's what I call it. You got to give it a whiff. It's that fresh smell right out of the factory. That fresh smell of the next generation. That was so corny. I'm sorry. That might have been like one of the worst things I said on stream. Embarrassed. I apologize. All right. So let's unwrap it right in front of you. Here we are, unwrapping it. Oh, you got a peek. Here you go. Oh my god. You guys can see it. Man, they really wrapped this thing. Jesus. Oh my goodness. There it is. The PlayStation 5. And ready. Tear it off right in front of you guys. Zelda sound effects, you like that? Oh my. Wow. Jesus. This thing is crazy looking. Oh my god. What the fuck? Dude, it looks like a birthday cake, I swear to god. It looks like a fucking birthday cake. Or like a reverse giant Oreo. Look at this. Dude, I gotta say, this is sleek, man. This is nice. This is really nice. Hold on one second. I gotta clean up just a minute. Man. Let's give that box one more smell before it goes in the trash. I don't keep the boxes. But that's the smell of a next generation console, and you know, you gotta take it in. You have to take this all in. That's why I'm filming this, because this only happens once every 10 years. And throughout my entire life, I've always purchased all the gaming consoles that release. It's been a huge part of my life, a huge part of growing up my upbringing, childhood, adulthood, and I've evolved with gaming. Gaming has evolved with me, and it's a huge part of my life. So you have to take these moments in and appreciate them. Let me give you a close-up. Super cool and super smooth machine. So as you can see, it's very big. Okay. Now, like I said, mine is the digital, so on the front here, there is no disc tray. But that is so sleek and so clean and looks so good. It looks incredible. Like, I'm genuinely impressed by how it looks. It's funny because when you see it in videos, like, it just doesn't look as good. You can't really get it until you actually get it. You know what I'm saying? It just looks much different in person. Power button. The power button is down here at the bottom right there, as you could see. See that? That's the power button. And then as you come up, hey, you can see me in that reflection. How cool is that, right? That's actually pretty gnarly. Yeah, that'll be the screenshot for YouTube. Alright, and then the fans. This is a huge part of next-gen consoles. So this is something that really impresses me. This doesn't just have fans all over the back, which is necessary. You have to have a powerhouse, or you have to have ventilation. That's critical. And with the Series X, the top had maximum ventilation, which is why it's so quiet. And I've had the opportunity to dabble with my Xbox Series X for almost a week now, and I haven't heard it one single time. It has been the most quiet console I've ever owned because of that ventilation. The same applies to the PS5. Now, not only does it have ventilation all over the back, as you can see, but it's built in. If you look closely, look at that. All over. That's the kicker. That's the ticket. If you want to have a powerhouse machine, you have to have a powerhouse ventilation system. And that's why these consoles are so quiet. Oh man, let me just observe for just a moment. Wow. It's beautiful. One more look at the back. Again, this is the digital, so it is slightly smaller than the disc version, but pretty much the same size. Now, something that I wanted to particularly look at, and I noticed in Angry Joe's review, he said that on the inside, right around here, you could see the Sony symbols if you look very closely. So let's see if we can find this. I'm gonna see if this is true. I don't see him, but I have very bad vision. I mean, it looks like, holy shit, it's so small though. Why would they do it so small? Why would they make them a little teeny bit bigger so you can actually see the detail? I mean, the attention to detail that was put into this console is actually quite extraordinary. And I gotta say, a lot of people were talking trash about how it looks. I like it. I really do, man. I think that if you set this up sideways in your gaming station, like so, it kind of has like a unique futuristic look that can accent any setup, right? Then again, even this way would look fantastic. I think it looks great. So let's see if I could bring this close up to the camera and you can see the symbols. It's on the inside. Can you guys see the little indentations, the little oh, it's hard to see. No, I don't think you're gonna be able to see them. Maybe if I turn it this way. Oh man. There it is, look at that. Oh. Dude, that worked out perfectly. Holy shit. And it just popped. And all those little details just popped right on screen. You saw that? Like glitter almost. Man, the attention to detail, like I said. This is the good stuff. So something I'm a little concerned about is, isn't there supposed to be some kind of a stand that you can install? Maybe that comes in the white box that I pulled out earlier. So overall, my first impression, it has a very futuristic, intense look, and it's one of those consoles that will go down in history, mark my words. Just like the original Xbox. Look it up if you don't believe me. When the original Xbox first released, it was one of the most innovative, futuristic, super cool looking video game consoles ever. I mean, it was so unique looking with the huge X on the front. Oh man, it was just incredible. And for me, massive nostalgia because it was such a unique video gaming console. It has such a very special look. And even to this day, they're going for like $1,000, and it's not even that old. It's not as old as the Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, all those that are selling for right around the same amount, factory sealed, brand new. This is up there with this specific attention to detail put into insides right there with those, the Sony symbols, the Sony PlayStation 5 symbols, which I believe is basically a symbol on the controller, the square, X, triangle, all that good stuff. And I can give you one more look. Let's see if we can get it to pop and glitter again. Check it. There it is, see? Look at that. So with that attention to detail, with the way it looks, how it's black on the inside, and then all white on the outside, I think it's a very unique, special looking console. And I honestly believe that because of the memories of a lot of people that wanted this so bad, but couldn't get it right away and tried so hard, I truly believe that one day, once they release the slim version and then a different looking version, maybe it's a lighter version that's not quite as big. You know how when they always release something next generation that has a lot of sophisticated technology in it, like when the PlayStation 3 first released. If you look back and remember, the first PlayStation 3 that released was this massive, shiny, beautiful console. And then they ended up modifying it numerous times to make it smaller, more compact. And I think there was like 4 or 5 different designs that just weren't nearly as relevant, not nearly as cool looking, but obviously more reliable. But if you go on eBay and look it up, that original console is worth much more factory sealed. Same applies to the original Xbox, and I believe the same will apply to this one day. So if you do get this, take good care of it, because I guarantee you, within a year and a half, 2 years tops, they will release a smaller model as technology will increase, so they can jam pack all that technology into a smaller product and release a slimmer version, as they always tend to do. So I love it. I really do. In fact, I think I like the way this looks more than the Series X. The Series X was very simple. You can tell that Xbox wasn't necessarily trying to make a statement. They just wanted to put as much technological sophistication in that small rectangular box to make it as powerful as possible, and the way it was set up was actually ingenious because it ventilates perfect out the top, the way the whole thing is set up, very much like a PC tower, but versus out the back, out the top. So when it comes to looks, I'm leaning towards the PS5. When it comes to power, we shall see. But this is, yes, it's so sick. Woo! Now let's get out the DualSense, and I'm going to compare both controllers. Let me set this aside real quick. And I really can't wait to set it up. It's crazy because, I've always owned PCs. So for me, I've always had a powerful piece of technology that can run all the latest and greatest games. I've never really ever struggled to play games. Okay? But with that being said, because I played a lot of PC games and I've owned multiple PCs and towers, I've always played most PC games on a regular 32-inch HD screen. Versus when you play video game consoles, normally you hook it up to your big screen, your 4K, the TV you have in your living room, not in your computer room. So when you play a video game, in my opinion, it's a bit different. You know what I mean? You're with the family, you're having fun, you're mixing it up. You're not just solo at your computer doing your thing, and you're on the big screen. And that's something I noticed about the Series X. Man, playing the Series X on the big screen, 4K, it was running so good. And honestly, I've been having more fun on that Series X than I have been on my PCs lately. And I've recently invested in multiple new PCs, a new tower and a new gaming laptop, the Predator Helios 300 with the 2060. And I've been loving the Series X more. It's just that good, that powerful. And I'm really excited to see how the PS5 stacks up. So let's crack open this next box. And if you're wondering what the noise is in the background, I have The Godfather on. Every New Year's, I have a Godfather marathon. I watch all of them all day. And I pretty much do that for 2 days straight leading up to New Year's Day. So here we are. We got a few more things to show you. So we have a couple of booklets. I mean, pretty basic stuff. I'm sure you guys know. Oh, don't forget to sniff. Gotta smell the boxes. I know that sounds crazy. You don't think I'm nuts, but I'm telling you. Believe it or not, humans recognize nostalgia and memories through smell. And growing up as a kid, I would always get a new video game console every 4 or 5 years on Christmas. So I would crack it open and I would smell it. And it represented Christmas. You know what I mean? It represented that new video game era. And for me, whenever I open up a new video gaming console, it just brings a lot of nostalgia back because of that smell, that new factory smell of a console. It sounds crazy. I'm weird. So booklets, hang on to these just in case of an emergency. I always do. You never know. Plus there are instructions on how to attach the stand, which I heard can be a little complicated. And thank God, that's what I was worried about. I thought the company forgot to put a stand in my box. But here it is. This is the stand. This is what you attach to the side so that you can either place it upright or on the side. And I know there's a little screw that comes with it, so you have to be careful. You don't want to lose that screw. I'm not sure if it's inside of the case or what. I know there's a certain way to do this. I could probably Google it later or YouTube it later, but this is the stand right here. You basically attach this right on the side of the PS5, and the PS5 would basically lay on top of it, and it would just be like just like that. Ooh. So this is the case. Of course, we got our HDMI, so we can enjoy all that 4K goodness. And 8K, which I don't think there's any way. I mean, maybe at like 30 FPS, if that. I'm really excited to see what these next-gen consoles can do. Imagine in like 2 years, the kind of shit games are going to... I mean, think about this. Imagine in 2 years, the kind of shit that's going to be dropping on these consoles. The developers are going to be going to town making games, man. All the possibilities now, through the roof. Can't wait. Cannot wait to see the kind of games they drop. And the new God of War. Oh, man, I'm excited enough just to play The Last of Us Part 2 and a majority of the other PS4 exclusives on the PS5 because they will perform so much better and look so much better. Power cable, gotta love it. PlayStation 4 knew what they were doing. They didn't have a brick. Xbox Series X took it up a notch. Finally, no brick. PS5, no brick. Simple, sweet, plug it in and play. The moment of truth. Of course, you have the cable to connect the PS5 controller to your console. Well, something I always loved about Sony, they always included something like this, and something that kind of annoys the crap out of me about Xbox. Man, you gotta go out and buy a bunch of AA batteries for the Xbox because they don't include a cable. I don't know why they don't do that. They should include some kind of a cable with a rechargeable battery. I mean, it's freaking 2020, man. 2021. Regardless. Okay, so now. The next thing we got to look at is the controller. This is a big moment because I've heard so much about this controller. A lot of positives because this is a massive upgrade. Now with the Series X controller or the Xbox controller, they didn't change it. They pretty much just polished it a bit, made it a little teeny bit better, added a share button, and maybe added a little bit of texture to the back. But overall, it's basically the same as the Xbox One X controller, which is right here. And we're not talking the Elite Pro. This is just an Arctic camo basic controller. They didn't really add much sophistication. Like I said, Xbox kept it simple this year. They wanted to release the most powerful console. PlayStation is all about gaming, and that's what I love about them. They're not just about the games, they're also about the sophistication. They're always trying to make it funner. And the same applied to the PS Vita, touchscreen PS Vita. That was so cool. You can even touch the back. The back had a touchscreen on it, although it didn't take off the way they expected, which was during the Switch era and the Wii U era when all portable consoles were popular. But yeah, they're all about sophistication. And even the PlayStation 4 controller had that touchscreen pad on the front. They're always trying to make it better and better. And this year, they hit a home run. They hit the ball out of the park. Because I read so many good things about it. Oh my god, it looks so good. It looks so fucking good. Oh, yeah. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, man. Ooh. So, this controller is really comfortable. See, I loved the PlayStation 4 controller. I'll be honest. I really did. And this is like so much better. In fact, I think this is far more superior than the PS4 controller. As the one thing I didn't like about the PS4 controller, I have huge hands. Very big hands. And the PS4 controller for me felt a bit small because my hands are so big. They increased the size. So it's more along the lines of the size of Xbox One controller. I was about to say 360, Jesus. You notice that? It's a bit thicker. They increased the size a bit. So, in fact, I think the PlayStation 4 controller is bigger now. Holy shit, I think it is. I think this one might be a little bigger. Holy shit. Which one's, let's see which one's. Oh yeah, wait, let me see. Oh dude, the PlayStation 5 controller is heavier. You can tell there's some technology in this puppy. Holy shit. The triggers, let's see. Oh, they feel so good, man. Like, they really went all out on the controller. And that's genius. All the buttons are so freaking good. Dude. Oh my god. Even the little buttons. Like the start, select, share. Oh my goodness. This is incredible. I know I sound crazy right now. Let me give you a close-up of this. Sorry, guys. I'm in the moment. This controller's so good. Holy shit. It's incredible, dude. Look at this. Look at that. It's so sleek and nice. Look at that, right? Holy shit. It's got the microphone in the front. Obviously, it has the PlayStation logo in the middle, which is the power button. I think that's so cool how they actually made the logo the button you click to turn on your PlayStation 5. These buttons click so nice right here. Listen to that. You hear that? Dude, it has a perfect click every time. Joysticks. You could tell this is a next-gen controller, and I'm going as far as to say this is not only the most comfortable controller I've ever held in my hands, but probably the coolest looking controller I've ever seen. I love the colors. I gotta say, I'm so impressed by the PS5. I love the black and white combination, the unique look to it. They changed it up. I love that. It's different. You know what I mean? It feels next gen just by looking at it. And you can tell by the weight and the way it feels, this is definitely going to be a powerhouse controller. Let's see, the joysticks are very similar to the PlayStation 4 joysticks, which were fine by me. Let's see. You know what? The only thing I think I like more on the Xbox One controller or the Series X controller is the joystick. Possibly. Let me see. And again, the way it's made with that rivet there, it just makes for an easy grab and flick. You know, like you could just take your thumb and flick it real nice and easy. I mean, look at that. It really is an incredible piece of hardware. It's just fantastic. Yeah, Sony hit a home run when they made this. And you know what? One thing that I like about this way more than the Series X controller, the Series X controller has this texture on the back of it. It feels premium overall, but I don't personally like that rough texture that I'm assuming they put on it for grip. I actually prefer more of a smooth texture. I don't know, maybe it's just I don't feel like I could ever possibly drop it. I don't need grip. It's not like a Wii Joy-Con where you're going to end up throwing it, or sorry, a Switch Joy-Con. I just said Wii Joy-Con. Switch Joy-Con that you're going to, utilize in many different ways and accidentally, drop it. You don't need the rough texture on the back. I didn't like that. This is smooth. It's comfortable. It's sleek. It's weighted. So I feel like it falls nicely into my hands, comfortably into my hands. And I have very big hands, so this works nicely for me. Sorry, my hands are all jacked up. Been working the heavy bag a lot lately, so my hands are all just destroyed. Look at this. Jesus. I gotta say, I think the controller stole the show, man. And I'm excited to play the PS5, mainly for the controller now. So it's like, the controller stole the show for the next-gen consoles, in my opinion. Out of everything I've experienced thus far, next-gen with the Xbox Series X, the Series X controller, the look of the PlayStation 5 controller, this is definitely a big step up. And you have to remember, what is the one thing that every video gamer utilizes every single day? I don't know about you guys, but I use my controller constantly. When you're playing games, you're using your controller. If you're scrolling through watching cable TV or YouTube TV, you're using your controller. If you're browsing looking for new games, you're using the controller. This becomes like your cell phone almost, a part of your daily life. And the more comfortable it is, the cooler it looks, the more sophisticated it is, the more you want to utilize it. It's a genius marketing idea. And I feel like that's one thing that Microsoft could have done, is upgraded the controller a bit. And Sony did it. Yeah. The buttons click so good. It has like this premium feel and click. And it has such a premium look to it. Look at the top, look at the detail there. Look at that detail right there. Look at that premium look. It just has a premium feel and a premium look. I love it. So I'll be setting this up and live streaming a lot because I have so many games to play. So that's one thing I wanted to mention in this stream, particularly. When I stream on my PlayStation 5 and my Xbox Series X, I won't be on webcam. whenever I stream on PC, I'll always be on webcam. So I'm going to try to split it up. Half the time I plan on streaming on PC so I could still hop on webcam and hang out with you guys and gals. And the other half of the time, I'm going to, be on council. And like I said, when I'm on council, I usually sit on my big bean bag, kick back. I don't want to be on camera. I just want to sink into my bean bag with my controller and just, it's called a Big Joe. You literally sit in it and you just sink into it. And it's so cozy. I don't really want to be on camera where it's sitting in a Big Joe playing video games. So, yeah, let me give you one more look at the PS5. And then I'm going to hop in and play some Monster Hunter. And then maybe ask you guys a few questions. So stay tuned. One sec. One more look at this heavy-ass gaming console. My God. This thing is so heavy. But I'm so impressed. I was truly impressed by the Sony PlayStation 5. And this will always be so memorable for me because this console I tried harder to get than any console I have ever tried to get. And I think I'm at that age now where I'm old enough to know exactly what I want when I want it, and I always have to have it. And with the Series X and the PS5, I knew that they were making a massive leap in their specs and technology. They had to, in order to evolve with culture and society, technology ultimately, and compete with PC. And I knew that these consoles were going to be exceptional. And I'm just so happy I got my hands on both of them. And I'm always going to remember spending 3 months straight traveling across the country trying to get them, scouring the internet from website to website trying to get one, finally purchasing one from a scammer, or not a scammer, what are they called? What are those people called that buy hundreds of them and then resell them for double? I forget what they're called, but heathens. I'm just going to call them fucking heathens. I ended up buying from a fucking heathen. But the Series X I got from Wally World, so at least I got one of them the right way, right? Okay. So that's that. That, my friends, is the PlayStation 5. And, yeah, wow. Whew. And I don't want to put this down, yo. Like, what? I just want to use this right now. Fuck. Like, shit is so good. I might even have to see if I can attach my Logitech webcam or my Razer webcam to one of my video gaming consoles. If I can utilize my own webcam versus just a specific Xbox webcam or PS5 webcam, I might set up a webcam and still do webcam streams while playing one of the next-gen consoles, because I will be playing a lot of next-gen consoles and streaming on them galore. Man, so comfortable. This is incredible controller.